crap. Is this thing working?
God, I hope so.
This has been something. Hello. Anybody here?
Joy and Mike, it appears.
Hi, Joy and Mike, it
and
appears.
Dwayne.
Hi, Dwayne. Well, we got a new computer today. The computer I bought in 2010. So it was 11 years old or pretty close to it. And it was time. It's been a long time on that old computer. I've updated the RAM and updated the hard drive. And anyway, it was time for a new one. And apparently these new, there are new Apple computers with new processors that are not made by Intel and they're not made by AMD, and they're supposed to just be super unbelievable great in terms of speed for editing photos and doing video. So it finally came in today, and here it is. Let's see. Mike says, "Wow, great picture." Okay, so that's one thing that's different. We've all of our live streams leading up to this one have been 720p, and they've either been with my phone or with the XT3. I wanted to do 4K. I wanted to stream at 4K because I think this computer's got enough horsepower for that. But I couldn't figure out how to get my streaming software, which is what's it called? OBS. It doesn't have a 4K setting, so we're streaming at 1080p, which is all my videos on the channel except the live streams are 1080p. And so we're at 1080p, and we're not using. Usually we use the XT3, which does fantastic. I think the video coming out of it is great, but its video autofocus, it'll lock right on your face, and everything will be going just fine. And every once in a while, it'll just wander off into Never Never Land and say, "Oh, that's not a person," and then it'll come back. So this is. I watched a video today where Jared Polin, Frono's Photo, said that Nikons weren't up to snuff on video. Well, this video that you're watching right now is with Nikon's cheapest mirrorless camera. This is the Z50 and the 16-50 kit lens, and it's not going to lose focus. Let's see. Is it focused on my hands? Okay. And then as soon as I move my hands, it'll find Heather's face and lock right in. So ain't nothing wrong with the video focus on these new Nikon mirrorless cameras, Mr. Jared Polin.
Mike says he likes the light. It says it looks brighter.
Well, we did change. Heather got me these two studio lights, soft boxes, and this is a tiny bedroom where we're at, and you can't point. I had one pointed up and bouncing off the ceiling. Matter of fact, you can see it if you look in the china cabinet behind me. You can see the box pointing up at the ceiling, reflected on the glass. And I had the other one on that side pointed down right on Heather, but it was a little bit too hot, so I've gone back to pointing them both straight up, and so that gives us softbox and all reflected light all around the room. And the biggest trouble I had was white balance. I was struggling to get my white balance right. I think I'm still a little bit pink. It's funny, I don't look pink. Do I look too pink to you fellas and fellettes?
We had somebody from Vermont say that he came to Nikon with a Z50 from over 30 years shooting Pentax.
Wow. Welcome to Nikon. Hello. How do you say that? Acronym.
Arcanum. I don't know. Michael Henson, do you need just a monitor and keyboard to run it? Pretty much.
Well, yeah, and when there were a lot of people, because you're asking about the Mac Mini, and you're right, all it comes with is the box, and a power cable. That is it. And so I'm using this 50 million year old Microsoft wireless mouse, but there's a lot of people have been saying that the Bluetooth in these new Macs is suspect. But this uses its own Bluetooth. You plug the receiver into a USB port, so it's not using the onboard Mac Mini Bluetooth. And I bought a wired, because I'm not going anywhere. I bought a wired Mac-like keyboard, and it's working great. The funny thing, Heather was working today. I took my old 27-inch iMac and I put it in the living room, and it ran a cable from it to our 60-inch TV. So now we have a dual monitor computer set up in the living room. We're weird, but anyway, so far it's working pretty good. I want to let's see. I had to get all of my OBS stuff set up, and I want to make sure you know that this is not the live stream or this photo challenge. That is when is that? Is that a week from today? 2 weeks from today?
I think that's 2 weeks from today.
Yeah. So this is just an extra live stream that we've thrown in, and the live stream challenge, the photo challenge for 2 weeks from tonight is Winter Wonderland. But a lot of people, Mike and others, have been saying, "Man, it ain't snowing around here. How are we going to do Winter Wonderland?" So take a picture of whatever. Take a picture of a dead flower. I don't care. Just send us something.
Snowy owl.
Oh yeah, take a picture of a snowy owl. That is that is fantastic. Fleshy and perfect. Joy, are you talking about the way the white balance looks?
I think she is.
Oh, cool. Well, good. What that makes me think is maybe this screen might need calibrated, because if you look on there, we got a Ulanzi mirrored thingy, so I can see the Z50 screen. It's pointing straight up.
Yeah, I think that screen does need calibrated, because look on mine compared to yours.
Yeah, got to figure out how to calibrate the screen. Let's see. Anybody else saying something I need to see?
Oh, Arcanum. That's how you say the name.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Love my Nikon D610, Michael says, and Z6. Wow, that's an excellent pair of full frame machines. I've got a Z6. I've never had a 610. The only other full frame Nikon I have is my old D800. So I've got a D800 and a Z6, and I like them quite a bit. What are you thinking about Olympus cameras? Fuji X-T3, thinking of buying Olympus. Those are, is that a micro four thirds camera? A friend of mine shoots micro four thirds and really likes it. My text is blowing up. I'm going to turn that off so we won't be hearing that. Joy says she's hoping for a Z6 in the near future. Joy, you're going to get a Z6 II, or... Mike says he loves the new electronics smell. Mm-hmm. And Leon says nothing like new computer smell. The funny thing is, these things don't get hot at all, so you don't get that smell. Usually once it heats up, you can smell that smell, but these, no smelly McSmellersons. Hey, everybody hit thumbs up. Everybody hit thumbs up. We need thumbs ups.
Arcanum says he has 4 inches of snow and it's still coming down.
Oh, cool. Well, you can definitely do a Winter Wonderland photo. Where are you at?
Vermont.
Vermont. That is cool. Never been there. Bernie's from Vermont. Burn. The official meme of today is
it's
Bernie. And we've got pictures of him on the Haunted Mansion ride. Pictures of him.
Splash Mountain.
Dumbo. Pictures of him in the throne of
the Iron Throne.
The Iron Throne from. Anyway, if you guys are on social media, I'm sure you've seen that. Oh, so Joe, you want to get the first generation instead of the second? Is there a reason? Cheaper, or they'll both take pictures just great. They both have the same sensor. Apparently the autofocus is better. We love our Bernie here. Well, we love Bernie here in this house as well.
She says because of money.
Because of money. Yeah, regular Z6 is perfectly fine. If mine didn't have a damaged hot shoe where I would feel bad about selling it to you, I would sell it to you. Oh, thank you, Dwayne. That is very, very nice. That is the first ever live chat donation we've ever gotten. We've gotten lots of donations through PayPal, but we've never gotten a live chat donation.
That's awesome.
So thank you very much. That is much appreciated. Now, I remember one time recently, speaking, we're back on the computer subject. I was talking to Mike or texting with Mike, and Mike said that he's using a 4K monitor, but he's running it in 1440p, so his text is not tiny. Do you recall that, Mike? Am I remembering that correctly?
I think I found a way to fix it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take a third party application, but
Let's see. Thinking about buying Olympus EM1 or Fujifilm X-T3. I don't know much about the Olympus. I really don't. I apologize that I can't help you much, but I love my X-T3. I really, really enjoy using my X-T3. Okay, Mike says yep. Okay, so I've got the same problem. My text is tiny. I can't see big text, and my text is super, super tiny when I'm in 4K. Now Heather thinks she's got it solved, but we were running out of time before time to go live, so I don't know. We'll try it after the stream. We will definitely try it after the stream. Get the XT3. That I can wholeheartedly recommend. And what is it? Does that say duty?
yeah.
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah, the font is tiny on his screen, to be fair.
It is extra super tiny. Be right back. Wife is calling me to the other room. If you kids chatting my okie dokie.
Will do.
Heather, please let me know if it works. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then we'll Heather we'll figure out how to let you know.
I can make like a screen recording or something and send it to you.
Yeah. So the monitor I bought is an LG 27-inch 4K. It's the 850.
850W.
And the reason I got it is because it's USB-C. So the USB-C cable or Thunderbolt cable, same thing virtually, comes out of the back of the Mac Mini and goes into this monitor. And then there's also USB ports on the monitor that go to the computer through the USB. And Heather plugged in, my Mac Mini came in today, but the monitor came in yesterday, and we plugged this monitor into Heather's laptop, and it charges it. So she could disconnect her charging cable, which I thought was pretty cool. Now Heather wants it. Oh, and this monitor you can turn it. You can turn it portrait. So might try that at some point. Anyway, pretty cool. Mike was talking to me about how long, I didn't save any of my stuff. I have a directory with all my, like this graphic right here. I copied that onto one of my external hard drives so I could have it. But what I don't have is all my fonts. So when I went to edit my my background screen, I didn't have the font that I use, so I had to use a different font, like the Heather and Phil Live episode 15. I don't know if you noticed, but it was in a different font this time because I don't have all my fonts downloaded. I don't have that many extra ones, but one of them, the one that I write Nikon with, I definitely have to have that font and a few others. Hey, Cuban Rum's here.
Joy also asked how easy it was to turn it into portrait mode. I told her it was really easy.
Oh yeah, it just the stand is like on a spring-loaded thing, and you push the monitor up, and the stand goes with you, and then you just turn it, and then you have to like in the monitor section under settings, you have to tell it that where is it?
It's under I believe if you it might be actually over on here.
Anyway, you have to tell it that the monitor is vertical. And then it does it. We assume. We haven't tried it yet. But physically, it's just push up and turn.
Yeah.
And off it goes. You're off to the races.
Yeah, it's very easy.
So we successfully got David to order a Z50. I don't know how many of y'all were on David Saylor's live stream Tuesday night, but we were goading him. His whole live stream was about how he was going to get a Z7 Mark II and decided not to do that. And so but he's been talking about needing to replace. He vlogs with his GoPro, and his GoPro 7 broke, so he got a GoPro 9, and he doesn't like the way it's performing. And anyway, we kept saying, everybody hit like, and David said if he gets 50 likes on the live stream, he would buy the Z50. And sure enough, he bought it. He ordered it. Oh, and he found a place. What was the name of that place?
T&M.
I think it was JM. I put it on a...
yeah, it's on a community post.
Yeah, it's under community. Let me see if I can find it. Because a lot of places have been out of stock on Z50 batteries.
YM camera.
And David ordered his from YM Camera, and he sent me a picture of his order sheet, and it showed where he had bought an extra battery. I'm like, where is that? And it's ymcamera.com. As of yesterday, I bought one. As of yesterday, they have Z6 batteries in stock. I don't know if they still do today.
I'm looking. Out of stock.
Out of stock. I'll be doggone. So that quickly, they joined the ranks of the people that are out of them. I'm glad I got mine before they did. So now Heather has one for her camera and a backup, and I've got one for my camera and 2 backups. So we've got 5 between us. That should get us.
Oh, Joy, he just got the 16 to 50. He didn't get the 50 to 250.
Yeah, I tried, and he also ordered an FTZ adapter, and he thinks, in his opinion, the 16 to 50 is not wide enough to vlog with. So he also ordered the F-mount 10 to 20 ultra wide, which I can't wait to see how that works because I've had my eye on that lens for a while.
Duty asked, what is the best budget full frame camera for beginners? You think the Z5?
From the Nikon world, it's definitely the Z5.
Yeah.
The Z5, and get they have, you can kit it with a, I think a 24 to 50, which I don't recommend that. You can also kit it with a 24 to 200.
200 is the one, yeah.
And that, I wish you could kit a Z6 with that lens. I'd love to have that lens, but I don't want to pay full price for it. I want to pay kit price for it. Didn't somebody in your family order that?
Yeah, my aunt ordered the Z5 with the 24 to 200, and she loves it.
Mike says he can't believe David didn't buy another Leica. He's got 2. He's got 2 Leicas, and I think Cuban Rum's got a non-interchangeable lens Leica now. And Cuban Rum's up to 3 videos now on his YouTube channel.
I haven't seen the next.
Oh, well, I have. The third, I think his third one is his best one of the 3. It's the one. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, Leica Q does it have a 23 millimeter or a 35 fixed lens? One of those. Oh, TJZ Adventures is here. Hello, TJZ. I've seen you in the comments from time to time. Nice of you to join us. Oh, and there's Bob.
I know, we got some new ones tonight.
Well, Bob is a frequent commenter. I just haven't seen him in here that much. Of course, usually when we're doing a live stream, I can't see the chat because I'm busy showing pictures. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing, that we probably would have been live tonight at 20 minutes after 6. But one of the things I do in my live stream is the second monitor over here, I put, what's the name of that program?
OBS?
No.
Oh, Lightroom.
I put Lightroom, thank you. God, how can I forget the name of that? Anyway, I put Lightroom on that screen and show y'all's pictures on that screen. And for whatever reason, in 25 or so minutes of trying, I wasn't able to get that part of OBS to work. So definitely have to figure that out before we get to 2 weeks from tonight when we do this, or otherwise I won't be able to show your pictures, and that will be a tragedy. Tragedy. There's Michael Henson. Hello, sir. Welcome.
I'm trying to find. Joy asked what Cuban Rum's name was on YouTube. It's Cuban Rum.
It's Cuban Rum, one word.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link. If I can get it, I'll post it in the comments.
Oh.
Joy.
You can probably just click on Cuban Rum.
I got it. It's cool.
Oh, the Leica Q unboxing. I couldn't remember what the video was, but I know you'll like it because his cat keeps wandering on the table.
Kitty.
Yeah, he's doing his video. He's doing this unboxing, and the box for this camera is absolutely beautiful. and he's trying to open the box, and the cat keeps wandering on the table. That's all. I mean, you could Cuban rum. You don't even need to be in the video. Just follow the cat around with the camera, and Heather will love it. She will think it's cool. Everybody hitting like. We've only got 11 likes. We need some more likes. Let's have some likes.
Dwayne says if he can't get the thumb situation with the Z50 figured out, he might go to the Z5 since the magnifier isn't on the touchscreen.
Yeah,
it's a button.
They're well, I think the Z5 is kind of Z50 looking and kind of Z6 looking, but I'm almost certain that you're exactly right. The button's not part of the screen, which is unusual. And it's funny, every other if I shoot 2 or 3 days in a row with the Z50, when I review a picture, I always plus and see how sharp the eye is. That's just how my tiny brain works. And I'm always pressing on the back of the screen on every other camera because I'm used to plus on the Z50. Yeah, Z5's cool. It doesn't have a real fast shutter rate like the Z6 does, but otherwise, I mean, it's, I don't, what else is it missing? Is it missing 4K?
The EVF.
No, it's got an EVF.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
The Z5 has an EVF?
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
Oh, Heather's going to Google it. She's putting me to the test. Yeah, it's got an EVF. I don't think it has in-body image stabilization. I think that's another big thing it's missing. But I don't care about that much.
Okay. Yep. EVF.
Yeah,
it has.
and I think it's got the same resolution as the EVF on the Z6 and Z7, which, while some of the newer reviews are saying it's not as big as it could be, to me it's a really nice resolution. Very, very pretty. Very pretty indeed. Z5, yeah, Cuban Rums has Z5. Oh, the sensor's not backside illuminated. Okay. The Z6 and Z7 are backside illuminated. Very cool. I don't think it has IBIS though.
And that's
Heather's my statistician.
We also prefer the Z5's higher res EVF twin. It does have IBIS.
Oh, okay, cool. Joy, you might get a Z5.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if you're wanting budget and full frame with, it probably with no backside illuminated sensor, it won't be as good in low light as a Z6. So
yeah, that's one of their. They've got what we like, what we don't, and they mention high ISOs.
Yeah, the Z6 is a rock star in low light. It really is. But I had, what picture was that I had overexposed and I was able to bring all the detail? I mean, it was crazy blinkies.
It was a bird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it might have been the, Heather and I have 3 wildlife videos coming up in the can, as it were. We got one where we went to Harrison Bay State Park and rode around and actually saw some birds, which the last few times I've gone to Harrison Bay, I've been basically skunked. And we got another one doing tufted titmice on the back porch, which are the cutest bird in the world. And another one where Joy helped us figure out where the snowy owl was. We went over and Heather had just had her surgery. It was the day of her surgery. We went over there just real briefly and saw the snowy owl just for a few minutes. Is it still in town, Joy, or is it gone?
Last I heard, it was gone.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Maybe it went back north where it belongs. Maybe it went back north where it belongs.
Duty says he thought the Z5 looked like a perfect camera for him, and he almost bought it, but the problem is the Z series lenses are pretty expensive.
Well, you're not kidding. Do you have a bunch of F-mount lenses? And the reason I ask is because if you buy a Z series camera, if you bundle the FTZ adapter with it, it's only $46.95. And as far as full frame Z mount lenses, I don't own any.
Yeah. Not
a one. And I use my Z6 all the time because I've got so many great F mount lenses, and the FTZ adapter works perfectly. I can't speak for third-party lenses, but if you have genuine Nikon lenses of the G and E series, the FTZ works fantastically.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to have that 24 to 200. And for my Z50, I have both the kit lenses. I have the 16 to 50, which we're using right now, and the 50 to 250.
Mm-hmm.
And they were inexpensive. You can get the Z50 in both of those lenses for less than a lot of the full frame Z mount lenses, because they expensive. They very expensive. They expensive. Valentine's Day's coming up.
I gotta save up for that 200 to 600.
Yeah, that's what Heather's wanting. So when we were at Harrison Bay State Park, Heather usually uses her 18 to 400 for bird photography, and I was using the 500 f4, and I brought the 200 to 500 because I just had a sneaking suspicion that she might like it, and she used it, and I haven't seen it since.
I think it's mounted to my Z50 right now.
It's currently mounted to her camera, which makes me a little angry.
No, it doesn't.
It actually doesn't. How's the audio sound? Z5 with, oh yeah, see, and that's a bargain. Full frame camera with a super zoom, basically a 24 to 200 for $21.96. That is a bargain. Now that'd be a great camera for landscape photography. I'm sure that's not a fast lens. I bet it's 6.3 at the 200 side, so it's not a fast lens. But you pretty much have everything you need except for an ultra wide. Hey, there's Woody.
Birds and
Well, I mean, we really don't do a lot of birds in flight. Honestly.
And if I'm shooting it on my Z50, which is really not good for birds in flight anyway.
I think it might do better than the Z6 though.
Yeah.
But it's great for perched birds if you're close enough to them.
Oh yeah, fantastic for perched birds.
I mean, you did do some birds in flight photography with it when we did Hummers. But they were flying like this.
They're like
they were hovering and stuff.
Yeah. Arcanum says he's looking into a K to Z adapter so he can transition his Pentax glass.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is cool. Hey, now we're kind of centered, sort of. You were falling off the screen a minute ago.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I'm the idiot that set the camera up and stuff like that. We're still at 12 likes. Thumbs up, people. We need it.
Dwayne says he regrets not getting the 50 to 250 when he got his Z50. Because now the 50 to 250 is about $400.
Yeah, see, I wish David had bought a 50 to 250 so he could have sold it to you at kit price if he didn't want one. That would have been bueno.
Yeah. I like my 50 to 250.
Joyce says she's going to use the Z6 for landscape, which I think that is fantastic. Fantastic. But, I don't know if you guys have seen my crazy video that talks about maybe APS-C cameras are better for landscape photography because they have more depth of field at a given focal length, and you might not have to stop down as much, so possibly there might be less diffraction. With that in mind, Joy, I think that Z6 would be your portrait camera on it, because on portraits you want a really shallow depth of field and a lot of bokeh-fied background. Might still use your APS-C cameras for landscape, but there's nothing wrong with the Z6 for landscape. At least Z6 is fantastic for landscape photography. I just really lately have gotten to where I prefer to use either my Z50 or the XT3 for landscape. And so the XT3, just because I have a limited amount of lenses, it's kind of street photography and landscape photography. The Z50, I can do anything with it. It's wildlife, it's sports, it's landscape. Really, I only get the Z6 out now if I'm doing portraits. If I'm taking pictures of people and I want the background really blown out, or a lot of times if I'm playing around with those old vintage lenses, I'll either use the Z6 or the XT3. I pretty much don't put the vintage glass on the Z50 for some reason. I don't know. What's y'all's very favorite lens? What's your very favorite lens?
I don't know. I love my 10-24.
So you've gotten where you look. Heather likes ultra wide, and ultra wide is hard to shoot with and get it right. And Heather kills it with her ultra wide. High five. Tamron 18400 is what Joy says, and that's probably your second favorite, I would guess.
Yeah, I like that one.
Unless you're borrowing my 200 to 500. When he was watching the Northern Lights live stream, thought he would see the lights live, just a professor giving a lecture. Joy number was 2 million to start, then started dropping like a rock. That's funny. That's funny. That is truly funny. That is great. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Get your pictures in. I don't think we have a single picture so far. But again, it does not have to be snow.
That's good.
Although me and Heather both have snow pictures.
Yeah.
Heather's is better.
Joy wants me to get the Tamron 150 to 600 G2. What's the f-stop on that, Joy?
I bet it's 6.3.
Yeah.
Heather is waiting for, or I mean, she can do whatever she wants, but so far she's been talking, excuse me, like she's going to wait for the Nikon Z mount 200 to 600, which is on the lens roadmap. It hasn't been officially announced yet. She's saying yes. I bet that's yes to 6.3.
Yeah.
And I bet that Nikon will be 6.3 as well, but it'll be native. It'll be the first. It'll be the first Nikon native Z mount big telephoto.
Super telephoto.
And then they're going to have a 400 millimeter and a 600 millimeter prime. 600 will probably be f4, and the 400 will probably be 2.8. What you typing over there?
Dwayne asked if one of us had the Tamron 10 to 24, and I told him, yeah, that's the one I have. Mm-hmm. Woody says his favorite lens is 17 to 55 2.8 DX and Tamron 70 to 200, not 700.
That's a big lens.
G2.
That's cool. I've never owned the 17 to 55.
Oh, Joy says it's variable aperture f5 to 6.3.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's the 17 to 55 2.8. It's kind of like a DX 24 to 70 2.8. Mm-hmm. So really cool. It's nano crystal coated and all that stuff. Very cool. Michael says the Tamron 15 to 30 2.8. Would that be a good choice for both cameras, 610 and Z6? I don't know if it's going to be, because you never can tell. You have to kind of do some research on third-party lenses and compatibility with the FTZ adapter.
I'll send you guys a link.
Oh,
I've got the compatibility website that Tamron has.
You go, girl. Yeah, it would certainly be great on your 610, but it may or may not be great on the. Why don't you open it and?
So he was asking about the 15 to 30.
Yeah, 15 to 30, 2.8.
Compatibility status. Yeah, it needs to be on version 2, which you can update it
with the tap-in console.
Yeah, or you can contact a dealer to do it for you. But
yeah. We Heather bought a tap-in console used. You just plug it into your computer on the USB port and then connect it onto the bottom of your lens and download the firmware and it'll that little device. What'd you spend, about $30?
I think it was like $30. Yeah.
Yeah, and new they're probably what, 45.
40. Yeah.
Anyway, it'll update the firmware on your lens. She updated the firmware on her 10 to 24.
Yeah.
We made a video. It was great. Or it was acceptable anyway. Wasn't all that bad. Cuban Rum says it will work. Cuban Rum, are there any lenses you don't own? That's like Cuban Rum's like
A Blue Newt.
like Blue Newt. She said she was watching the. Her comment was she was watching the food. The what is the name of that lens? The Yashinon. The Yashinon Yashica DX 50mm f1.7. She said she got halfway through the video and stopped so she could go get hers. She just already had one laying around the house. It was pretty awesome. Update: Northern Lights down to 56,000. What was it when it started? 2 million.
He said 2 million.
Soon to be 0. Okay, our goal is to have more people. That we're never going to do that.
No.
Okay. But still pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. I can't believe it's working.
Michael says he has that tapping console, so you're good.
Cuban Rum says he likes the 14 to 30 f4. That's the Z-mount lens, I would bet. And yeah, I'd love to have that. There's a bunch of Z-mount lenses I'd like to have, but this year it's computer. It was time after 11 years to update the computer for sure. For sure. Oh, and this desk. There are parts of this desk that I haven't seen in years, but while I had everything off, I totally sanitized the desk and got rid of a bunch of stuff that it was piling up. I've got 2 external hard drives and I've got them taped together so they don't flop all over the desk now. Did you see the tape?
Oh, I just saw that. Did you do that earlier?
Yeah. Remember when I came in while you were working and got the tape out of the drawer?
Yeah.
While I was making sad faces because... Oh, and listen to this. The thing was supposed to be here on a FedEx truck, right? So a FedEx truck shows up at 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm starting to dance around the house.
He's all kind of happy.
And I went out there to meet the FedEx man, and he hands me a package for Heather. I said, okay, cool. You should have one more. No, this is it. The other one came 5 hours later with the computer.
Yeah.
And Heather was at work. She couldn't even play with her package.
Yep.
What's up with that?
I have to work.
Yeah, I like your glasses.
Thanks. They keep my eyes from getting too tired.
They're super cheap. Now, I got the one, you can get one with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabyte
Hard drive. Is it a solid state?
SSD for $699. $699. But I upgraded to 16 gigs of RAM and I upgraded to a terabyte. So that's maximum RAM, which is just 1 step up, and that's 2 steps up on hard drive. And mine was $12.99. Mm-hmm. And then you can get one with a 2 terabyte, and it's $400 more. But I bought an external SSD, a 2 terabyte for nothing, and I will be attaching it when I got an enclosure for it that's coming.
Bob wants to ask about your programs and if all of them work on the new M1.
Well, like I say, it didn't get here until 4 o'clock this afternoon. But
so far,
like this program that we're streaming with, this OBS, it has not been optimized for the M1 chip, and it's working perfectly. Photoshop is working perfectly, other than when I messed up. I was making the thumbnail, and I always make the thumbnail a 720p, and my Photoshop was on inches, so I tried to scale the photograph to 720 inches.
Oh yeah, no, that didn't work. It blew its tiny mind.
Yeah, so that did overload it, but but otherwise, yeah, it's working.
How many cores is it? 16.
It it's got 8 graphics cores. It has 8 processor cores. 4 of them are high speed, and 4 of them are efficiency, and it has 8 neural cores, whatever in the world that is. And apparently the next version of this chip, this M1 chip, is going to be just insane and have like twice as many cores. I'm trying to see the battery.
Oh, the battery on the... Oh, it's red.
Oh, okay. Pardon me, please. Heather, you're in charge while I go get a battery.
I hate it when I'm in charge.
Oh, everybody ask Heather a question. Come up with a question that only Heather would know the answer to, and ask away.
Do 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 do. Oh, Joy's leaving. Bye, Joy.
Joy going bye-bye?
Joy had to go bye-bye.
Bye, Joy. Nice talking to you. Okay, so we are going to go dark for just a moment. That's the only thing about that's why I usually use the XT3, because I have the
battery grip.
The battery grip, and so I can run 3 batteries at a time and not have to do this.
Oh, look, it says no signal.
Yeah, but we're still live. We're still here, everybody. Coming back.
Nobody asked me questions.
There we go. No questions?
Nope.
Unquestioned.
Although Dwayne did post one like before you had to leave.
Oh, what was that?
Is the Tamron 17 to 70 f2.8 going to have a Nikon mount? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna find out.
I don't know about that.
He said,
I don't think Tamron has done any Z mount lenses. They've done plenty of F mount lenses.
they've got it for Sony is the thing.
Yeah, but that's Sony mirrorless.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I hope so, but so far, no luck. Yeah, the only Cuban rum, the M1 is, there's 2 versions, and the only way you can get the small version is with a MacBook Air. Some of the MacBook Airs have a 7 graphic chip, but all the rest of them are 8. Like all the Mac Pros, all the Mac Minis, and half of the Mac Airs have the 8.
See you, Michael.
Bye, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. It's working.
Yeah.
Got to figure out that other thing, though. Got to. Got 2 weeks. And then we also have to figure out the font. What if we try the font thing while we're live? Do you have the process?
Well, I mean, it's a third-party software.
Oh, well, we're I thought there was like a series of keystrokes.
No, it's this software called Tinker Tool.
Because if you're using like Mike, if you have an Apple computer that has its own built-in monitor like an iMac, those are 5K monitors now. You know, like my old one from 2010 was a 1440p, but the new ones are 5K, and the text is the right size. So there's got to be some sort of way.
See, this allows you to go into the font setting, change the font that you use, and then change the sizes of all the fonts.
Yeah. And that's what people do, huh?
Well, most people used the thing that we were trying, but it didn't.
Well, I mean, Mike, from what Mike described, he was doing the same thing that you and I were doing, and he just ended up leaving his. I think Mike, you're doing yours 1440p, right? I don't know. I can't get over how cool it is. And the CPU is at 21%. Excuse me. The other computer was a good bit more than that when I was doing 720p stream, and this one, well, now it's 19. It's hovering between 19 and 20% CPU usage with a 1080p stream. And we are 1080p, aren't we?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. Dwayne wants to know how long you've practiced photography.
As far as like with real cameras, only since about 2011. I bought my first. I had some film cameras that used 110 film and things of that nature, but I never had a SLR back in the film days. I remember around the year 2000, or maybe 2001, I had a Sony camera, digital camera that used memory sticks that looked like pieces of gum, and it was 1.3 megapixels. This old camera, it was a CyberShot 30 or something like that, S30. And you know what's funny about it? It didn't. This camera did not do video at all, but it had a flip screen. Like everybody talks about, they want their camera these days to have a flip screen so they can vlog. That camera did not do video, and it had a flippy screen. But the photos it made were really beautiful. They were tiny. They were 1.3 megapixels, but they were pretty. And I remember that camera didn't have a manual mode, so I tricked it into doing long exposures. The maximum exposure you could do with it was 8 seconds, and I would do light trails with it at 8 seconds, even though you couldn't do manual. You just had to kind of mess with it until you got it to. But yeah, my first real camera was a Nikon D7000 that I bought in 2011, give or take, right around there. I still have it. I bought all the same day. I bought the 18 to 105 zoom and the 55 to 300 zoom, which you've used that some.
Yeah.
And a D7000. Then I bought a D7100, and then I think my next camera was the D800, and then I got Ray's old D300 in a trade, D300S. Then I bought the D500. Then I bought the Z6. And did I get the Z50 or the XT3 first?
You got the Z50 first, because you were either going to get that or an XT4, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did a live stream about that. Sure, you
Brain.
got a mind like a steel trap. But yeah, and then I bought, so I got the Z50, and then I bought Mike's. Mike made me an offer I couldn't refuse on his XT3. So I haven't been doing it very long, I mean a decade, but I think having a YouTube channel has really helped my photography, because I used to go out once a week. I'm pretty OCD, but I would go out once a week and just kind of do the exact same thing. I would go to the exact same place and see if a different bird would show up. And with a YouTube channel, you need to kind of change things up, and so I've gotten to where I practice all kinds of photography, and I really, I recommend having a YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. It's a, I would share my photos before. I would share my photos on Facebook, and they would reach people that I know in the greater Chattanooga area. I would do a lot of live music photography, and so a lot of people would see my pictures in that way. But, I didn't have anybody from Vermont looking at my pictures. I didn't have anybody from Australia looking at my pictures. I didn't have anybody from Europe. So I'm able to get my stuff out there better on YouTube.
He also asked, do you remember the Sony Motiva that used floppy disks?
I never had one, but I remember hearing about them. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is really crazy. Can you imagine? I'm surely it was like the 3.5 inch, not the 5 1/4 floppy. Cool. Yeah, when I was cleaning up the desk, I found two 4 megabyte memory sticks that would work on that old camera. I didn't even save them like to send them to the Smithsonian. I just put them in the trash. 4 megabytes. Are you kidding me?
I've got documents bigger than that.
Yeah. I mean, if you shoot JPEG, that won't hold one picture.
Yeah.
So, that is no good. That is no good. So, Cuban Rum, how are you liking your YouTube channel so far? Cuban Rum is our new channel guy with 3 videos. He's going to take over the world, though. Especially if he keeps the cat in the videos. Hey, there's Ray.
Oh, cat. Oh, Ray's here.
He says he actually found one of those in the back closet a few months ago. I wonder if he's talking about a memory stick or a camera that takes a floppy disk. Yeah, 3.5, 3.25.
Walt says he still has his Sony.
So, oh wow, that is cool. You have to send us a picture of that. That'd be cool. That does need to go to the Smithsonian.
New Gen Films got a Z50.
All right, woohoo!
Cuban Rum says it's fun. His cat will take over the world.
Yes, it will.
Your cat needs to make friends with our cat, and then they can co-rule.
We need to, as soon as we get done with this stream, we need to watch Cuban Rum's video so you can see. He's trying to talk about the camera. And first, the cat just walks directly in. It's at the end of the table, and the cat walks straight in front of the camera.
Sounds like Ruby.
It's out of focus. You know, the cat's out of focus because the camera's focusing on him. And then later on, you know, he's seriously talking about his Leica that he's unboxing, and every once in a while he'll go, pop. Cat.
I'll be in a Zoom meeting for work, and Ruby will just come and sit in front of the computer, and everybody can see her in her glory there.
Yeah, sometimes she puts her backside into Heather's webcam in the middle of a serious work Zoom.
Yeah, it's something.
She's a good cat. You know how much she cost?
$15.
$15, that's right. What do you expect for $15? Cuban Rim says he's working on 5 videos right now. That is something. You know, I was planning on going, the computer was a Signature, and I was planning on going early this morning and doing some photography, because it's my off day, and getting home around 10 or 10:30 before UPS or FedEx would ever get here. But it was raining pretty good, so I didn't. And then, you know, because I'm thinking by 11 or 12, which is when the first FedEx truck came, that the computer would be here and I'd work on that. But no, could have gone and taken pictures all the way to 4 o'clock. So no video today. But I made one Tuesday, or we made one Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've got presently, let's see how many are in the can completed and uploaded. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's make that full screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 weeks worth are done. Because I do 3 a week, which is insane. I keep thinking there's no way I'm going to, pretty soon, you know, I've been saying for probably 4 months, I'm going to eventually have to drop down to 2 a week because I'm going to get behind, and I've still got 3 weeks in the can ahead, so I don't know. But if I ever do, you know, I'll just drop the Monday video. Sometimes I'll make a video that I'm thinking, gosh, that video is not good enough to be on Saturday, and I'll rearrange things and drop the crappy videos on Monday. And then sometimes you drop a Monday video and it gets 1 million views and you thought it wasn't very good, so who knows. And then other times you go to Foster Falls with your XT3 and make a video that you think is outstanding and it gets no views. What are you going to do? You never know how a video is going to do. Cuban Rum says his cat is right next to him right now, like always.
If we didn't have the door closed.
I've got the door closed. Because when Heather's in here, the cat will try to jump up into her lap. These chairs. Look at these chairs I inherited from my aunt. They're from the 70s. They look like they ought to be on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, the original one. And anyway, the cat will try to jump up into Heather's lap, and she'll lacerate Heather's thigh in the process. So
I've had many claw prints, just perfect little claw prints in my leg.
Lots and lots. Hey, this is, you know, I meant to test. Is the audio and the video synced up?
Oh yeah, we didn't do that.
Or is it out of sync?
I don't know.
We'll do it like this. 1, 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. So, are we in sync?
Ray says it's slightly off.
Slightly off. Oh well, crap. You know, I'm using a USB audio adapter instead of plugging the microphone into the camera, so that could be the problem. We'll work on it.
Yeah, we were kind
Now,
of stressing.
yeah. So I remember one time, Ray, I've got this 4K monitor and my text is tiny.
He can't. It's so tiny.
I can't see it. He said the audio seems early. That's interesting. I would have thought it would have been the other way around.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Advanced audio properties.
Oh, yeah, the offset.
Am I going the right way?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3. I changed it while we were live. That's crazy. Now I'm scared. I want to put it back to 0.
Keeping Room said nope. Yeah, just we'll figure it out.
That went the.
That did not work.
Yeah, I put it back. I put it back to default. Yeah. Everything's working well, Joseph says.
We'll have to look.
Does anybody else have a 4K monitor and the text is tiny and they can't get the text to be the right size without also changing the resolution of the monitor? Like if I run this monitor at 1080p, the text looks great. But I didn't buy a 4K monitor to run it at 1080p. Cuban Rum, do you have 5 videos that you've already shot, or do you have ideas tumbling around in your brain to make 5? I think the only time I have that many videos that I've shot that I haven't put together yet is when we go to Disney World, because I don't work. Ray says there's a way that he can't remember. They are shot and need editing. Editing's the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get up early in the morning, be at some place at sunrise, shoot the video, come home, edit the pictures, and throw the whole video together and have the whole thing done by the time I go to bed. That's the way. But if you get behind, like you're talking about now, that's when it gets stressful. It's like, oh man, I got to put all these videos together. And I think David does that too. I think David gets behind sometimes. But it's easy to do. It's really easy to do because the fun part's going out and shooting it.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
actually assembling it is the pain in the butt part, for sure. For sure. How about let's trade in the old Z50 and get us a camera with a floppy disk storage system.
No.
You don't want to?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
I was showing.
Oh, David's here finally.
David Sailors is here. Hey, David. So, guess who sold out of Z50 batteries? The answer is YM camera. Yeah, I posted a thing on the what do you call it? The community part, and I don't know how many viewers went and ordered one, but I ordered one, and David ordered one.
He said, "For real?"
Yep, they're gone. So it was a good thing. It's really cool that you found. I've never even heard of that camera store before. New Gen Films does music video. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's
real cool. What cameras do you use for that? And do you use autofocus lenses or manual for your music videos? I would think that would be kind of a manual focus realm. That reminds me of something that the 100 guy would do.
Yeah.
He does music videos. Our friend from Northern Ireland.
He said he bought his DT3 from them. Oh, XT3.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been shopping with them for a while. Yeah, this battery's my first purchase from them. I liked that they had PayPal. That made it easy to send them the money. without having to go get my credit card and type in all those digits. Mostly manual. That's cool. I want, you know, I want to do some manual focus videography. I think that would be cool. I did on that video where Heather and I hang around at Harrison Bay State Park that's coming up. And when does it come out?
A long time from now.
It's not that far.
Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It comes out February 1st. There's one shot in that video where it starts out with the sign at Harrison Bay State Park. I made the shot with the old vintage 50mm f1.4 on a full frame camera, and it starts out that it's completely out of focus, and it slowly comes in and it stops perfectly sharp. And I learned how to do that from the guys Jordan on DP Review.
Oh yeah.
What's the other guy? Chris Nichols and Jordan something or another. Anyway, he was talking about when you do a focus pull like that, you can start out in focus and record yourself knocking it out of focus. And then when you put that in the video, run it backwards. So, because, you know, it's easy to, if you're manually focusing, to go right past or not land right on it. But if you start out right on it, hit record, and then slowly knock it out of focus and then play it backwards, you'll lock right in on. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty cool technique, and I used it in the video that comes out February 1st.
Nugent Film says the Z50 is really good on autofocus too.
Yeah,
even though they use manual focus.
Yeah, what was those two people that did 1 minute video challenges using the Z50?
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they really did some cool work with Z50s. I mean, it's just an awesome little camera.
Font size, I believe, is under accessibility. You are the hero we all need.
We are going to accessibility. Do you see it, honey?
It's the one that has the person on it right here. Zoom.
Display.
Large. Menu bar size large.
Where's it at?
We're right there. Change it from that to large. And see if that affects anything. I don't know.
These changes to menu bar font size require a log out to take effect. Do you wish to log out now? Actually, I'm live right now.
Oh, we can't do that.
So we will do that later. But did you hear that, Mike Mitchum? Are you still here, Mike? Who said that? Who told us that? Oh, Cuban Rum said that.
Cuban Rum.
Yeah, so whether or not this will work, we will see. But under accessibility, display, menu bar size. So hopefully that works, and if so, I'll be able to see the letters on my 4K monitor while it's in 4K. Very cool. Anybody hit like lately? We got any likes going on? David, have you hit like? Better hit like. He says text me with the results. Will do. Will do. Or I'll put a comment under this video.
He says text me with the results.
Yeah. Now I can't make this go away. Don't log out. Yeah, now it went away. Heather has noticed that if you, on your video, Cuban Room, that has the cat, do your thing like you were doing a minute ago.
Oh, yeah,
You know how if you hover over somebody's YouTube video, it'll show 1 little second? Are you seeing the cat?
Yeah, it pokes its little head in, and then puts the box over there.
You can see the cat, and you put in the box. But the first shot, the cat just walks straight across the table.
That's fantastic.
Very cool.
Oh, it was funny when we were watching.
Yay, David, thank you.
David's live stream the other day, and he was talking about he didn't know the cat's name. That was Gray Cat. It made me think about how Phil refers to our animals, which are fat dog and fat cat, fat kitty.
Fat kitty.
Fat kitty.
Also, the dog goes by Tubbs, Retard, and Stinky.
Yeah,
she's a good dog, though. Did y'all see the picture? I put it in David's Georgia photographer group that I took of her beautiful stinky dog
She's cute.
with the XT3.
She's sweet doggy.
She is a good doggy. That camera, the XT3, man. And I'm pretty sure David uses this same rig, or at least he used to. But the XT3 with the 50 millimeter 1.4 AI, that is just a cool looking rig right there.
Okay, we have some questions.
Uh-oh.
Here,
Let's see.
I'll start back at Dwayne. Since Nikon came out with the Z6 II and Z7 II, do you think the Z50 will be upgraded?
I hope so. I really, really hope so. I think it won't be this year. I think if they do, it'll be at the earliest, I would think, fourth quarter this year, but I would think more like late 2022. And I hope that, just to keep supporting the people that have a Z50 Mark I, I hope that uses that unusual battery. That way,
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, and then and if so, maybe some third-party manufacturers, because right now it's the Z50 is the only camera that uses that battery. So they need to make some more cameras that use that battery, so some third-party manufacturers will start making them.
Mm-hmm.
David has 50 million batteries for his Z6s and Z7s, but I don't think any of them, except for the ones that came with the camera, are real Nikon batteries. He's got a ton of third-party batteries.
Okay, Jackson Walker. Still have my last gen Mac and won't be upgrading. Not happy with Apple right now.
Heather bought a 2019 MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So she bought basically and hers is hot rodded.
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, there it is. Hers is the hot rod machine, but apparently a MacBook Air with the cheaper of the two versions of the processor will process video quicker than her hot rod right now. For me it was an easy choice because I had mine for so long, and it had just the newest version of Lightroom came out, and it would not support the latest operating system that I could run. What am I on?
I think you were on El Cap.
Yeah, and that's as high as it'll go. Apple won't support my computer with any version of OS, whatever it is, past that one. Mm-hmm. And to run the latest version of Lightroom, which I pay a monthly charge for, it doesn't support the operating system that old. So I already was thinking, man, I need to get a new computer. And then, shortly after that, Apple announces these new chips, and we're thinking, oh man, this is going to be garbage. It's not going to be worth the crap. And it turns out that they're absolutely amazing. So it was time. It was time to get one.
Okay.
Ray's been giving me a hard time about getting a new computer for years, and I kept holding off. And then all of a sudden, this happened.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
I was gonna say, before I bought my hot rod, I was running a 2009 MacBook 13-inch MacBook Pro, and we used it for 10 years, and then I got this one.
Yeah, it's kind of like mine in that she's put a solid state drive in that old machine, which I put a solid state drive in my old machine, and she's got, what do you got, 16 in it, or?
And that one, yeah, it's got
60?
16 gigs, and then it's got a terabyte solid state drive in it.
Yeah, so she's hot rodded that old machine to keep it viable as long as possible, and I still use it. I carry, because I don't have a laptop, so on vacation I carry it with me, so I can have something to watch David's videos on YouTube.
Okay, next one. Will you be able to pop up live comments across the bottom of the screen with that setup? We don't know.
I don't know how to do that. I've got an idea about just putting the live chat. I got to figure out how to do it, because right now that's my snafu, and what made us be, because I wanted to come online tonight at about 20 after 6, right when we got done eating. But I got a couple things to figure out. I think that Peter Gregg, who does put comments up on his screen. Like he'll pick out a comment that he's going to read and he'll put it on his screen. I think he streams with a different software than OBS. Also, he streams in 4K, and I couldn't find a setting in OBS to stream in 4K. So that holds me back. David laughed at the comment about her bring a computer on vacation to watch his videos.
Yeah, Jackson Walker. Still waiting on my Z7 II pre-order. Sold my Z7 and Z6 to pay for it.
Wow.
I'm cameraless and it's killing me.
Holy cow.
Ooh.
I think I would have held on to one until it came in. So it's taken them a while to ship them is what it sounds like to me.
Well, I mean, I wonder if there's a supply chain problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's been a thing with Nikon for a while. Our buddy Ray wanted a D850 forever, and they were always out of stock, always out of stock, always out of stock. As a matter of fact, I believe the day he bought his, I found it at B&H and sent him a Facebook message saying B&H has the D850 in stock, and I think that's when he got it.
Okay. Next one, Duty. Is the Nikon DF still worth buying in 2021?
They say that thing is a low light rock star, and it's super, super cool looking. It depends on how much you spend. I would not want. I mean, look up and see how much a DF is on eBay. If it costs more than a Z6 Mark I, no.
Yeah.
Used ones are about
around $1,350.
About 1,300.
Yeah.
I would say no. I'd say go mirrorless. It's time. You can get a what's a Z5 body go for new?
Oh, that's a Z6 maybe.
Well, sure, you can get a new Z6 for $1,600, and a new Z5. Is that with a lens?
That is body
okay,
only.
so you can get a Z5 for about the same price as that very, very outdated technology that looks cool. I say get a Z5 instead of a DF, but that's just me. You got to pick what's right for you.
Okay, you ready for the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you use to edit video?
Y'all are gonna laugh, but I use iMovie, just regular old iMovie. I don't do very many fancy things with my videos. And somebody asked me one time in a comment, "What do you use?" And I said iMovie, and they said I can't figure out how to get all the graphics in. Because when we do a picture, we have the picture. And then it says at the bottom, it says what camera and what lens, and all the settings are on the bottom with a black background. And that the person commented and said, I don't know how to get iMovie to do that. And the answer is, we don't do that in iMovie. We do all of that in Photoshop. We put all those things together and save a JPEG fully complete with all that stuff, and then just import those into iMovie. Piece of cake.
Right, next one. What do you use to shoot your video? Probably Z50, M50, XT3.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to continue with that other thing.
Okay, sorry.
Probably, now that I've finally updated my computer, I'm probably going to get...
Final Cut Pro?
I'll probably get Final Cut, which is, from what I understand, it's as easy to use as what do I use?
iMovie.
As iMovie. Thank you, brain fart. But it has a lot more features that I can kind of grow into. So I'll probably purchase Final Cut now that I've updated my computer.
New Gen says try Sony Vegas or Sony Vega 18.
I don't know what that is.
It's it's an editing software.
I had no idea. Sony. Hello, Hunter. I had no idea that Sony made. How about that? Vegas Pro. I think one of the main reasons why I would want to use Final Cut is it's already optimized for the M1 processor.
That's true. It doesn't have to run through the Rosetta thing.
But, the programs that I have so far that are running through Rosetta, including the software that we're streaming with right now, seem to work pretty good. Mm-hmm. But back to that other question, Heather basically answered it. Probably more than any, probably the camera I use the very most for vlogging is this one, which this is a Canon EOS M50, and Heather, your put your head, there you go. As long as if Heather's face is on the screen, the camera will face detect and focus on her. But this is what I use the most, because although I like the focus is every bit as good on the Z50, which we're streaming with right now, and I think the picture quality is better on the Z50 than this. But if I use the Z50,
Hassan.
hello Hassan. If I use the Z50 to vlog with, while I'm using the Z50 to make photos with, if I change lenses, like if I put on my old manual focus ultra wide to do a shot, or I put on the 50 to 250 to do a shot, or I put on the 500 f4 to do a shot, it's kind of hard to vlog with that lens, and then I have to switch the lenses back. The only lens I have for this camera is the vlogging lens. So even though I like the output of the Z50 better, I use this the most. Now I also will use I use the XT3 also, but it's nowhere near as good. The picture is beautiful. The autofocus gets lost. But sometimes if I'm traveling really light,
Ray says the solution is to get another Z50.
That is
That
well,
is the solution.
you know, there's a vlog coming up where I talk about how I'm using this camera, and I think, well, I could have brought Heather's Z50 to vlog with, but that's a distinct possibility. Or I thought about also, because I don't know if you guys who were on David's live stream, somebody was talking about the Z30 maybe coming out, and I said I'm a legit possibility to buy that camera, and the reason is if it vlogs as good as the Z50. You know, I don't care if it doesn't have a EVF, because I don't use an EVF when I'm vlogging, but if it's super light, maybe has a flip screen, and vlogs and the focus works as well as the Z50. That and has a mic jack. It's got to have a mic jack. You know, there's a lot of boxes to check, but that's a possibility. I also used David and I went to where did we go? Where did me and David go?
Sitton's Gulch.
Yeah, we went to Sitton's Gulch at Cloudland Canyon, and I did that whole vlog with the Z6 and the 24-70. Huge, heavy, worked great. But it we were going to shoot both of us Z6s that day, and I didn't want an extra bag because my Z6 rig is already heavy, so I just vlogged with it. So it works fine, but mostly this.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
This is actually a statement. Cuban Rum says there was a fire in one of the factories that have affected all manufacturers. I didn't know that.
There was a fire where?
In one of the factories that they manufacture camera equipment in, and it's affected.
So like a multi-brand factory?
Must be.
Interesting. I'll be right back.
Okay, Phil's leaving. Let me see if I can answer any of your questions. I don't think there are any more actual questions. I think they're just things I need to tell him. So next thing, where was it? Ray says, the D850 is his favorite, probably his favorite camera. He said he kept wanting a D5 until he shot one.
Well, the D50 they say is the D850, excuse me, they say is the best DSLR ever made. You know, and apparently they're working on an updated version of it that will be kind of like the D780 is, which the D780 is basically a D750 that when you go into live view mode, it acts like a Z6.
Oh, no, what did I do?
You
I made my chat go away. Okay.
computer room needs a mini fridge.
Yes, that's what
You know, usually on our regular live streams, I have a cooler in here, but I was getting the computer ready and didn't pack the cooler. So.
Yeah. We have a few recommendations for a couple free editing softwares. Cuban Rum recommends DaVinci Resolve.
I think that's what David uses too.
And then Woody says try Shotcut.
Cool.
Computer Room needs mini fridge. Yep. AKM Semiconductor Effect. Sony, Canon, Nikon.
Wow. How about that? Well, I wish it just affected Sony and Canon and let Nikon sell some cameras.
Yeah, really.
Let's do this. Everybody hit like.
Yeah, man.
Anybody who hasn't.
Hassan, definitely waiting to see if Nikon releases a Z30. I would use that for vlogging.
Yeah. I mean, the key is, and usually when they cheapen up a camera, the first thing they get rid of is a mic jack. And you know, like David uses an external recorder and he syncs his audio and video, and you know, with great results. But I just don't want to do that, so I have to have a mic jack.
Oh, Duty says, you guys are just amazing people. Thanks so much for all the quick answers.
Oh,
you
wow.
are welcome.
You're very welcome. Usually we're looking at pictures on our live streams and I can't see the chat at all. And I always am kind of kicking myself because I don't get to pay attention to the chat. But today it's all about the chat. So cheers to the chat.
Cheers to the chat. I think I'm almost out of water.
You want me to refill that for you?
No, it's okay. Look. This.
Oh.
This.
Yeah. So this shirt, the graphic on it is designed by Heather. So if you want to see her designs, go to Redbubble. What's your account name? H Boyd? Heather Boyd?
I think it's hboyd000. I don't know.
Yeah. She's got a lot of cool designs on there, and they sell pretty well. What's the one that sells the best? This one?
This one does.
Yeah, this is, I call it Hiking Philosophies.
And then I think the Bird Nerd, that one is the second best.
I've got a t-shirt of this Bird Nerd sticker too. Heather Boyd on Redbubble. You should put a link in the thing. Shotcut is free.
Also, I made you guys know Randy Boxnick. I made a logo for him, and he buys them a lot. So that one is also a really good seller.
Yeah, definitely need another Z50. But I mean, we've already got two.
Yeah.
I wonder when David's Z50. I hope he likes it after all the
After
all the goading. Get a Z50. Get a Z50. I was typing this right here. Let's see. All over the chat in his live stream, this little thing that I just put, and I would type stuff like all sorts of silliness. And eventually he ordered one. Is David still in here?
I think he is, yeah. Yeah, he commented just like a minute ago.
Did you put a link to your thing?
Yeah, man, it's right there.
Oh, and then I flooded the stream. But drop it again.
Okay.
And then she'll put a link to that in the comments after the stream's over too. But she's got some pretty cool stuff. I bought her for Christmas a iPad, and she draws all this stuff on the iPad, which is kind of neat. New Gen Films loves the Z50, don't we all? I think I can't help but think that Ray's going to get one someday. You know, just to kind of stick his toe in the water on Nikon mirrorless and see what he thinks about it.
Hassan says a flip screen mic input and pancake would be perfect for the Z30.
Yeah, a pancake at about, because David was saying that the 16 millimeterness isn't wide enough.
Like 14 maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm okay with 16. I hold my arm pretty far out when I'm vlogging, but I could see what he's so used to vlogging with a GoPro, which are wide.
He says once I have lenses that will work with it. I forgot he has all those third-party lenses.
You've already got one. You got that 85 1.8 G. I did one of our street photography vlogs. I used the Z50 and the 85 1.8. So I was doing street photography at 127.5 equivalent, which is kind of crazy.
Sorry.
Did you put?
Yeah, it's in there.
Hey, everybody subscribe to put Cuban Rum's page on there. He's got 23 subscribers. Y'all go give Cuban Rum a subscribe. Keep seeing big birds here at the new house and one at 200 to 500 now. Well, I think it's hard to beat that. And then once you get the 200 to 500, then you're ready for your Z50. You can probably get a Z50 and a 200 to 500 and an FTZ for $2,500.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hassan has a Panasonic S5 and it is slightly larger than a D3400. Loving mirrorless. That's cool. Is that a micro four thirds, Hassan? A lot of people really love the Panasonics for video.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, they say their autofocus isn't very good. It's very confusing to me. But I think I had a Panasonic somewhere along. Is that orange waterproof camera I had?
I think it was a Panasonic. Yeah.
I've had a Panasonic camera and liked it.
Oh, he said it's full frame.
Oh wow! So that's like the Panasonic Z6. Then I guess we need to Google that.
Panasonic S5.
We're Googling. We're looking it up.
Ooh, it's cute.
Yeah, that's like a Panasonic Z6. Is it? I think it's probably 24 megapixels, and they probably got an S6 if I had to guess. That's like a Panasonic Z7. It's cool. Yeah, I like it. It's very nice.
Let's see if there's a S6. No. Negative Ghost Rider.
Well, they've got a high megapixel version, basically, of that same camera, I think. Video autofocus still needs work, but still autofocus is outstanding. That's cool because it's probably contrast detect for stills, and really for video you need phase detect, I think. You have to make there's no faces on the screen.
Okay.
What else y'all want to talk about?
Right, if I go mirrorless, I'll probably start with Z6 24-70 and the FTZ and work my way into replacing my old Tamron lenses.
Oh, that's cool. Not a Z6 II, a Z6 Mark 1? Or no Mark?
Just Z6.
You know, everybody talks about how the 2 is so much better, but gosh, I think the 1 is fantastic. I really do. Let's see. What just happened?
What do you mean?
There was a
Oh, I approved it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, New Gen Films, who 1900 is a great number of subscribers. So that's nothing, in my opinion, that's nothing to be unhappy about. But this is my strategy. And my channel's tiny. But here's my strategy. I put the name of the gear I use in every video I upload. And hopefully, like David Saylors, for example, he never would have found my channel if it weren't for the fact that all my videos for a long time said Z6, 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 Z6. So people come to your channel, or people come to my channel, looking to learn something about a Z6 or a Z50 or an XT3. And the goal is to make some content that makes them want to come back, even if you're using a piece of gear that they're not interested in. You bring them in with the gear and try to hold on to them with yourself. And I don't have the greatest personality in the world, so that's why I've got 4,000 subscribers and Peter McKinnon's got 40 million. But some people have stayed around beyond just coming to see the gear. So that's my strategy, and I don't know.
That and I think keeping to a consistent schedule.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I don't think you need to do 3 videos a week like obsessive compulsive disorder Phil does, but you want to. I think I know myself personally. I know that around 1 o'clock, Thomas Eaton's going to drop a video on Wednesday, and 1 or 1:30. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing that video. And hopefully there's some people who like my channel enough, they know on Monday and Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 in the morning, I got a video coming out. So keep to a schedule. That's another good one. And stuff like that. And bring your girlfriend along. bring your girlfriend along. That does good.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a video maker and found your channel by Z50.
Bingo. There
Yep.
you go. That's my strategy. And I don't know if I'm the first person to have that strategy, but that's my strategy. And I think it's good to maybe be a little bit humble. Don't act like you know everything in the world when you don't. My channel's kind of a fake it till you make it channel. I'm out there trying to learn how to take pictures, and I share what I do. And sometimes people might put something in the comments saying you could do that a lot better, and maybe I'll learn from it, or maybe somebody will learn from me. It's just fun. I just enjoy it. There's my videos are monetized, but there's basically no money in it. But I really enjoy it. I enjoy. I'm going to be out there taking pictures, even if I don't make a video that makes $5. I'm still going to be out there taking pictures. So might as well put the pictures into a video and make $5, because I could use $5.
That'll buy us some McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, it will. That'd get us a biscuit.
Cuban Rum says, do you use hashtags?
Occasionally I have. I always tag the videos in, in the, what do you call it? The tags. In the, but I rarely, but occasionally do put a hashtag.
Yeah, Hassan's right. Patience, be yourself, and have fun.
Yeah, that's the way. Yep. That's the way. I mean, if you get a bunch of subscribers, that's cool, and if you don't, just have fun. It's doesn't matter. It's a good time. Thanks, New Gen Films. I think everybody should start a YouTube channel. That's my favorite television network is YouTube.
Yeah, I bought him some socks for Christmas, and on the bottom they say, "Do not disturb. I'm watching YouTube."
It's true. I'm afraid to wear them. I don't want to tear them up. Because I walk around in my socks a lot while I'm watching YouTube.
He does.
How you feeling?
I'm okay.
How's your throat? Heather had surgery on or a procedure, not surgery. She had to be put under. That's surgery to me.
Yeah.
On what day? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I've taken 3 days off in a row, and I've only made one video, unless you count this live stream.
I was needy.
Yeah, I was taking care of her and stuff like that. Got a great deal on an S5 20-60 kit and a 45 for free. Wow, Panasonic's giving stuff away.
New Gen from Washington, NC. Oh, okay. Washington, North Carolina.
Oh, cool. That's close. I would call that close by. That's just down the street. Where's everybody from? I know Cuban Rum's from Miami. I don't know where Ocean Blue is. Hello, Ocean Blue. Or is that's not blue, that's
Baku. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know where Hassan's from. Ray is from Chattanooga. He's a local boy. Nikon shooter. Just moved into a wildlife preserve.
Cuban Rum says, I'm from Cuba. No way, man.
Well, that makes sense. But you're currently
in Miami. Yeah, right. Local now. Enterprise, Alabama, to boldly go.
That's cool. Now, what big city is Enterprise near? Is it Birmingham, Huntsville?
I don't know. I'll tell you. Hold on.
She's googling.
Alabama. That is south. So, ooh, that is south.
Whoa, okay. I was thinking it was someplace else. It's near Dothan, Alabama, and near Florida. That's cool.
We probably go near there when we go to
Yeah.
Panama City.
I've been, through Dothan for sure, but I don't know if I've ever been to Enterprise. I don't know. Maybe I have. I definitely heard of it before, but I put it in the wrong place, didn't I? 51 years in the U.S. Well, that's almost as many as me, Cuban Rum.
Yeah. Dwayne's in Iowa. Walt's in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Cool.
Jackson's in Lebanon, Tennessee.
James T. Kirk is from Iowa. I love that line. Are you from outer space? No, I'm from Iowa. Lebanon, Tennessee. That's near Nashville, I think.
Ocean's in Georgia.
Georgia. Heather's from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hold that against her.
Shush. Put this shush in.
I don't know if Mike Mitchum's still in here. He's from a little bit south of Atlanta.
Oh, Dorcas or Dorcus, San Jose.
San Jose, California. Wow. That's awesome. I don't know when we'll be down in Panama City again.
That's been about 4 or 5 years ago that we went to Panama City.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then one time my
I
daughter and I went to Panama City and we stayed. We didn't stay right on the beach because I brought my Sea-Doo. And we would go to Andrews State Park with the Sea-Doo and put in at the boat ramp there. And we would go over to Shell Island after 5 when the boats don't go to Shell Island anymore. So there was one time when we were on Shell Island, it was nobody but me and my daughter on the whole thing. It was really cool.
I like Panama City.
Mm. Yeah, the sand, super soft.
Mm-hmm.
We're
going to Hilton Head next month.
Yep. Going to make a video from Hilton Head. Might even do a live stream.
Oh, we probably could.
Yeah, just like with the phone.
Yeah. Oh, Warner Robins. I know where Warner Robins is. Good day from down under.
Awesome. Heather's been to Australia. I have never been.
Yep, I was there for about a month.
You were there for a month? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, I flew in to South Australia near Adelaide. Actually, I flew in to Sydney, got a connector over to Adelaide, and then from Adelaide, went to Kangaroo Island, and then we flew up to the center to Alice Springs, hung out in the center for a while, and then flew up to Cairns, spent some time diving the reef, went to the rainforest, and then from Cairns went back to Sydney and back to LA and back home.
Cool.
I did a lot.
That's really cool. What a trip. That's a trip of a lifetime. Mm-hmm. That was while you were in college?
Yeah. My professor took us.
Wow. Who was that? That wasn't, what's his name that always does bird photos?
No, it wasn't 8-board. It was Dr. Freak.
Where is Warner Robins? Is that near?
It's down around.
It's pretty close to. Is it south of Atlanta?
Yeah, it's south of Atlanta. Oh, I zoomed out too fast.
I had.
Yeah, it's a little bit south of Macon.
I was thinking about this morning, which wouldn't have worked, although it would have worked because the computer didn't get here till 4. I was thinking about driving to Atlanta this morning and doing street photography in Atlanta. I had the XT3, which with the 50mm 1.4 vintage Nikon lens, and I had the 18 to 55 kit lens and the 55 to 200 kit lens packed up. And I was thinking about going to Atlanta, and then Heather said, you don't want to go all the way to Atlanta when you got the computer coming. So I said, I'll go to downtown Chattanooga and do street photography, and then it rained, and anyway, no video today.
Mm-mm. But you got to stay home and
So what's the best travel camera? I'm going to say Z50.
Yeah.
You know, because it does so well and it's light and tiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty much. What's the best blank camera? Answer Z50.
Yeah.
uh, how
That's
long from here? It's
about an hour and a
yeah,
half.
about an hour and a half, depending on traffic, which the traffic a lot of times is bad. But it's, I mean, you can get to Marietta, which is kind of, it's on I-75, a little bit north of the 285
Mm-hmm.
perimeter highway. You can get there in an hour and 15 minutes, and after that, the next 10 miles is really slow.
Yeah. Hassan said had a shot at Chattanooga when I got picked up by the FAA, but they wanted me in Toledo.
Hmm. Well, Chattanooga would have been cool.
I love Chattanooga.
It's not bad. It's, you know, it really is a pretty cool place to live.
Mm.
I mean, I've never lived anyplace else, so I can't really tell you. But I know a lot of people are moving here.
Mm. Yeah.
So that's kind of telling. This is a place where people want to go and settle down. The taxes are cheap. The housing is relatively inexpensive, from what I understand, compared to a lot of the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful.
And you know, we've got it's not a huge city, but it's a beautiful city, and we've got all those amazing bridges, and we've got mountains, and we've got lakes,
We've got the river.
and we've got white water. You know, we've got you know, it's, I don't know, it's lucky for me because I can't really go more than about an hour from the house to make a video, but I can still go to a lot of really amazing places without really going that far. I mean, I can't go to a desert, and I can't, you know,
Yeah.
but I can see some great waterfalls and some beautiful mountains and I can see a lot of neat stuff. I can do street photography right here without going far. It's cool. I like it. There's good sports to shoot. The Chattanooga Football Club soccer team is really cool to shoot. You guys should see Ray's pictures. They're awesome.
And we live like within 10, 15 minutes of 2 state parks.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good point. Yeah, I think Harrison Bay State Park, which is the closest one to us, was the first Tennessee state park. Established in 1939, just a couple of years after the Chickamauga Dam was made and turned the town of Harrison into the Lake of Harrison. I get a lot of reflections, of course, in the windows. Let's see. Ocean Baku is talking about reflections. I'm not sure if I understand the question.
Yeah, I think they might be talking about traveling.
Oh, a travel camera and taking care of. You know, I've never tried a polarizer for that, but you might try buying an inexpensive circular polarizer and putting it on whatever camera you're using and see if you can turn that polarizer while you're trying to shoot through the window and try to get rid of that
Yeah, that
reflection
might
or glare.
help.
I can't promise you that it would work, but even if it doesn't work, everybody needs a polarizer, so
Yeah.
they're fantastic for landscape photography. You can turn that thing, and if there's a little bit of glare on, if you're taking a picture of some trees, if there's glare on the leaves of the trees, it'll get rid of that, and the color of the leaves will be much richer. If you're at a waterfall, and there's a sheen on the rocks near the waterfall, you can turn that polarizer and dial it in just right, and all that sheen will disappear, and the rocks will be darker, which makes the waterfall appear to be brighter without actually being brighter. Polarizer. Good to have.
Woody says his trip to Chattanooga was canceled due to COVID.
Well, there's always next year. You know, they say that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is going to be coming out pretty soon. And that's the one I want because it's a one and done.
Yep.
You know, the what's the other one? The
Moderna
Pfizer,
and Pfizer are both.
they're both you know, one shot and then come back in 21 days. I'd rather just hit my arm one time and be done. I'll see you next year. And maybe you know, when do you think that the COVID-19 shot will be incorporated into the flu shot? Like 2 or 3 years from now?
Yeah, probably so. I mean, that's what they started doing with H1N1.
Yeah. What's Woody say right there?
Started framing photos this week for the first time. 20 so far, and now around the house.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I say I don't like to print photos, and I really don't. And it's not because I don't like to print photos. It's because I'm too lazy to print photos. But I really like the idea of it. I think that's really cool.
We don't have very many places to put them though.
I got
the wall space.
I got beer and Star Wars posters all over the wall.
Oh, David's home.
Oh, welcome home. Have you been listening while you were driving? Yeah, crazy Georgian you. When's your Z50 coming in, David? I can't wait to see if David does street photography with his Z50, and he didn't get the 50 to 250, but I'm pretty sure he got the 16 to 50. Print mine and hang them up for a while. I get tired of them, then I end up giving them to people, Ray says. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'd be worried about. It's more fun to make a video out of it. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. But, like I thought it was really cool because that picture that you got of the Fallen Five Memorial, it was just really, really a special photo, and that was really cool that Mike printed that for you and mailed it to us. Seeing that, isn't that something? The printer is a big expense, and then the ink is even more so. And then if you don't use it, then those ink cartridges, I imagine, will dry up.
Oh, they'll get bad, yeah. Oh, David says the video looks great.
Thanks, David. Guess what camera I'm using? I'll give you a hint. Z50. Z50 with the 16 to 50 kit lens at 16 millimeters, f3.5, 1/30th of a second, automatic ISO at 640. That is our present settings. Working good.
Just bought my Z5. What travel and oh, hi from Dalton, Georgia.
Hey.
That is my hometown.
That's where Heather's from. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Northwest Whitfield High School. Bought a Z5. What travel lens?
I would get that 24 to 200. Hopefully it came with your Z5. Georgia. Ray says people really like the foam board prints that he gets from Vistaprint.
Oh, he said he just got the body.
Oh, David just got the body?
No, this guy.
Oh.
The one that bought
he
the
just
Z5.
got the... Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I don't know. I don't know what lens I would recommend. I wish you had gotten the kit with the 24 to 200 because that would be like the ultimate travel setup.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, I don't know what I would recommend.
Yeah, I don't.
It kind of depends on what you want to shoot. If you want to go with a prime, maybe the I hear, I don't have them, but I hear both the 35 and the 50 1.8 primes are outstanding. They're expensive though. Does Nikon have a 24 1.8S? I know they have a 20. I'm not sure about a 24. Heather's going to Google that for us though.
Yes, they do.
So what's that cost? What's the 24 1.8 cost? $9.96. Now see, I think I would, for an all around, if you're just carrying one lens, I think I'd rather have the 35 than the 24.
Yeah.
Or maybe even the 50. It just depends. I I mean, that's the thing about primes. You're so locked in, and I'd probably rather have a 50 than the 24 if it was just the one lens.
Yeah, that 50 1.8 is only $596.
Yeah, I think it's the cheapest of the.
But it's not a S line.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it is actually.
And it's supposed to be super fantastic. You know, I've never bought it just because I have so many 50s, and the 50 1.8G does great.
Yeah, I love that lens.
And it's $200.
Yeah.
You know, you can get a. Did you? I wonder if who is this person? I can't remember which one we're answering the question of.
What? Oh, I think Hassan might have posted the one about the 24 millimeter. Yeah, Hassan did.
Yeah, who was wanting the?
Oh, Blast Guitars. He's wanting to shoot landscape.
Blast Guitars. That's cool. That's I wonder what guitars he's playing. I think a zoom lens is better for landscape.
Yeah, I would do a zoom lens.
And
yeah, that 24
the 24 to 200 is out of stock everywhere, and it's $896. But that'd be the way to go if you could find that. Or, you know, I always talk about. I even did a video about the 24 to 70 f2.8G. You can get those for about $900 used. Of course, you have to have an FTZ, but that lens is great.
The 24 to 70 refurbed is.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
for
a good
landscape,
one.
that'd be great. 24 to 70 F4S line refurb for $696
I'll post a link.
from
From
B&H.
B&H.
Yeah, that lens is awesome.
I'll drop that one in the comments.
And
just
it's
in
light.
case.
You know, when David and I hiked to Sitton's Gulch and I had the 24 to 70 2.8G and he had that, my camera felt like it weighed 5 pounds more
Yeah.
than his.
Well, remember we did that tally to see what focal range you use the most on your favorite photos,
Yeah.
and it was always right around 24 to 70.
Yeah, I use that lens a bunch. Sure enough. Anybody hit thumbs up lately? Any new folks who haven't thumbs up yet? We like those thumbs up. Those are good. Sigma has a 45 f2.8 and a 65 f2. Wow, that's unusual focal lengths. .24 to 70 f4 is a good one. What's David saying about South Georgia?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, look, there's Bass Angler.
Holy cow. 5150. We got to type 5150. Oh, I did it all caps, so Bass Angler, we were trying to talk on Tuesday night when you weren't here. We were all trying to talk David into getting a Z50, and I said if Bass Angler was here, I'd try to get David to get a Z5150. You're welcome, Blast Guitars. What's a good vlog camera?
Oh, no.
That would be a Z50.
The Canon M50 is also good.
Yeah, Canon M50 is great. I think there's more than, I don't know how many. There's a bunch viewing.
We've had, yeah, a lot.
Pretty cool.
They should make an EVH tribute camera.
They should. They definitely should. I just realized I was watching 20 minutes ago. David, did you end up going someplace and doing some shooting today?
Or did you guys go out for Teresa's birthday?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Miss Teresa. The new Sony A7C looks really interesting, but it's expensive. I thought the A7C was reasonably priced. I thought it was like under $2,000.
Let's see.
David said he went to the River Bridges area.
A7C.
Yeah, it's
That's just the body.
yeah, but I mean, like an A7 III, I think is, or at least it was around $2,000. But see, I think the A7C doesn't have an EVF. It's like a vlogging camera,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, but look, you tack on that one lens and it goes up $900.
Yeah, that's an expensive lens. So full frame is expensive. St. John's with Teresa. You ever been to St. John's?
Oh, I know where it is. I've never been.
That's where they ate for Teresa's birthday.
Okay. It's on Market Street.
Do they have salmon at St. John's? Heather won't go any place unless they have salmon.
I go lots of places that don't have salmon.
That's true.
I do love
But
salmon,
if they have salmon, she orders the salmon.
Yeah.
You guys ever been to 1885? I think there's one in St. Elmo, the original. We go to the one in Ooltewah, and Heather likes the salmon there.
Probably have, he said, salmon.
Yeah. I think is it pronounced?
It's salmon.
It's pronounced salmon though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Old Sal man. Happy birthday to Teresa.
Anyway,
all right, you're in charge.
He said, yeah, it's great. Meaning, I think he's been to 1885.
Oh, cool.
Which, 1885, the one in Ooltewah, is the second best salmon I've ever had.
The best is at the Grand Floridian Cafe, Walt Disney World Resort, Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
Be right back.
And I'm left in charge. Send me questions, people, so I can answer them.
You get the...
This hat is so big.
It fits my giant noggin.
I see why masks don't fit now.
Yeah, my head's too big. Okay, be right back.
Okay. What is your favorite lens to shoot with? The Tamron 10-24. I love that lens. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I thought about getting that one, David. I had a couple bad shoots with my 10-24. I was having trouble with some artifacts, and then it wouldn't stay sharp, but I think I figured out the problem and got it squared away. But yeah, that 10-20 should be pretty cool. You back?
No, I'm not back. I want to show you all the box.
Oh, for the Mac Mini?
Yeah. The whole computer came in this box.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely insane.
It's really cute.
Completely insane. The miracle of modern technology.
David says he's going to pretty much exclusively shoot with his 10-20. Is the Z6 better than the new R6?
Boy, there's a question that I can't answer, honestly. I mean, I could say, yes, the Z6 is obviously the best one, but I've never shot with an R6. I've heard great things about the R6. I'm a Nikon guy. All my glass is Nikon, so the R6 wouldn't do me much good. So for me, personally, the Z6 would be better because I have this entire cabinet full of Nikon glass.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the R6 does me no good because this lens won't work with it. But if you don't have any glass, I've heard nothing but good stuff about the R6. Is that the one that Is that the one that overheats?
Oh, I don't know.
There's one of the new Canon cameras. Before they did a software update, if you shot 4K with it, it would overheat almost immediately.
Yeah.
But apparently, with the software update, that's been cured. So
it was the R6.
That hat looks cute on you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. That's my a buddy of ours that we play trivia with. Ray used to play trivia with us, and now with COVID, nobody plays trivia. But it's got an alien spaceship,
a UFO
abducting a UFO abducting a Sasquatch, and so that's kind of funny. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I believe in Sasquatch or UFOs, but the hat's funny.
He also has a T-shirt to match it.
Yeah, I like the hat so much. I bought the matching T-shirt. I found it on Amazon. Let's see, we're missing some comments.
Son, my next lens is either the Sigma 65f2 or 105.
Now, I'm wanting to know the answer of, did you send the GoPro back?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's going to shoot video pretty much exclusive with the Z50?
Yeah. With the 10 to 20.
Yeah, and now see, Woody has the 10 to 24, which I think that's a different lens.
That's my Tamron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because while you were gone, David asked me my favorite lens to shoot with, and I said the 10 to 24 Tamron.
Gotcha.
Oh, no. He's just being goofy with the Z50-150.
Yes, yeah. I was kidding around with Bass Angler. We're both Van Halen fans, and that's all 5150 stuff. Sorry, there's not actually a camera. But if there was, I would buy it regardless of price.
Yes.
You got to try it for stills, though, David. I think, I know you bought it for your vlog rig.
Oh, okay. He says his 10 to 24 is a Nikon. Okay, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I think they make one. It's like an older lens than the 10 to 20. Z 1984. There we go. Cool. Z50 will be the vlog rig. Are you going to just not look at the screen? Don't flip the screen down. The camera goes into a weird mode when the screen's flipped down and it acts funny, and I don't think you were planning on doing that. Are you going to use the UU rig on top and the mirror thing with the screen laid out flat, or are you just going to hope you're in the picture, which you're more likely to be able to get yourself in the picture if you're using that ultra wide?
Yeah. Blast guitars, the 24 f4 for night photography. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I would recommend using a tripod, though. That way you could get some longer exposures and not worry about having some motion blur in your images.
Yeah. For night, though, if you're now he was the one that was wanting to do landscape photography, right?
Right.
Yeah, tripod up, and you're good with the f4. If you're wanting to do people at night, then you would probably want to get the 24 to 70 2.8.
Yeah.
But if you're doing landscapes, the f4 is all good, and really any landscape photography, unless it's super bright daylight, you'd want a tripod up for.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be fine. I always put the UU rig mirror thing on top of mine, like it's on there right now. But I do, like, let's say right now, I do find myself looking at the mirror instead of the lens. So, which is not good. Yeah, I can see myself now on the.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm at 16 millimeters now. That's how close I am with my hand right under the camera, but that's with my arm straight out. Yeah. The wider lens will be better. I think you made it. That lens, that's a funny lens. It's a P series or something. It's like not compatible with a D7000 and some older cameras. It will not work on. Of course, it'll work fine on your Z50 and FTZ, but that's kind of an interesting thing about that lens. But it has, I think it had the autofocus motor technology in it is the same quiet autofocus technology that's in the lens we're using tonight. Matter of fact, I was going to do this stream with the Z6 and the 24-70, but that lens makes so much noise when it focuses. I said, forget it. Let's get the Z50. How's our battery?
It's down to 2/3.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
David, our battery got so low during this live stream we had to change batteries and flip the camera off so our viewers could see the following. Right in the middle of the live stream, just blank screen for a couple minutes while I changed the battery.
I like this. Hassan said David is the MacGyver of the camera world.
Yeah, he had a thing where he hung his entire vlogging rig with a carabiner on his belt loop. You remember? I think he had it. I think he was using it that night. Me, you, and him and Ray all shot at UTC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if they fixed it, Cuban Rum. I know that the camera just acts totally strange. And I think I've used the screen flip down since I've updated to the latest software, and it still acts funny. But with the lens not flipped down, it acts great.
Mm-hmm.
It behaves perfectly like it's doing now. You know, now one thing that you can do, if you accidentally bump the focus ring, which I just did, like, let's say, if you bump the focus, yeah, but when you bump the focus ring, it goes into manual focus override, and that drove me crazy. But all you got to do is half press the shutter. Well, that didn't work. Press the back button, focus button, and it turns back into autofocus mode. Let's see if it'll focus on my hands. Yeah, see, it's focused on my hands, and now it's face detecting. But if you bump into manual focus override, it goes into manual focus and does not come back until you hit. You have to have your back button focus programmed. So do that, David, and then you tap that back button focus, and voila, you're back in autofocus. So when I first got the Z50, that drove me crazy, and I didn't vlog with it for a while, and then I figured it out, and now I vlog with it again because it works good. How did I get these legs in my lap?
Sorry.
What happened?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Canon versus Nikon, cons and pros.
I
think it's preference.
They're both great. They're both among the best cameras in the world now. I would say right now, if you look at the Canon camera bodies that are available right now, they're probably better than the Nikon camera bodies that are available right now. At least as far as full frame, I would say that the Z50 is probably better than the Canon APS-C mirrorless cameras. But you know, a few years ago, that wasn't the case. Like when the D850 was the latest and greatest, it was way better than the current Canons. And then a few years before that, the Canons were better. And a few years before that, the Nikons were better. So, you know, they're both great companies. I would say right now, though, that of the current camera bodies, Canon has the lead. Unless you want APS-C. And then I think the Z50 is... You know, the M50, which I have, I think the Z50 is better than that, and they updated the M50 to the M50 Mark II, and it's not as good as the Z50. It doesn't have phase detect autofocus in 4K, which was a problem with the M50 Mark I. Well, the Z50 4K has phase detect autofocus. You know, it has the same. We're in 1080p right now, but the autofocus, if we switch to 4K, it stays the same, and it doesn't crop when you go to 4K. So, if you're looking for APS-C, right now, Nikon's number one. Full frame, probably Canon. What else we got going on?
People were talking about that, and then Blast Guitars asked about ND filters for waterfalls and beaches on a sunny day, so I recommended a 3-stop and a CPO.
Yeah, I tell you, I really like my. I've got that. It's made by ICE, ICE. I've got a 5-stop ND circular polarizer combo, so it's one filter, and it was inexpensive too.
Yeah, I told him Tiffin's a good.
Yeah, they're cheap.
But they're good.
I mean, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you got to get the most expensive filter. You got to get the most expensive filter. The cheap ones are blah blah this." And you know what? I've got a really expensive B+W German-made 10-stop, and I've got a really cheap 3-stop. They both work great.
Yeah.
Fujifilm has the great XS10 also. Yeah, you know, I have mixed emotions about that camera. You know, you would think it'd be a great vlogging camera, but it has the same autofocus system as the XT3 and XT4. And for stills, I find the autofocus system in the Fujis to be really, really good. But for video, and I mentioned it earlier in this live stream, you're walking along with the camera and you're perfectly in focus, and then all of a sudden the camera just goes off into Never Never Land, and then it says, oh, there's not a face there, and then it'll come back and lock on you. But this camera right here and my little Canon M50, both of them, if there's a face on the screen, you know, sometimes if you're wearing a mask, it doesn't work all that great. Like if you're wearing a mask and a ball cap, it might miss the face, both of them. But if you're, like, isn't that funny? The autofocus has been landing on you all
and
night long.
I'm wearing glasses and a...
Now she's got the ball cap on, and now the autofocus is finding my face instead of hers. Anyway, they just work better. And so because the XS10, even though it has in-body image stabilization and a flip screen, I don't think it's as good a choice for vlogging as the Z50 or the Canon M50, just because that focus goes off into la la land sometimes. What else we got?
Do you like the Fujifilm X-T3?
I love the Fujifilm X-T3. Hello, Sandy. Love that camera. Bought mine used, and I have 3 Fuji lenses that I bought them all used, and I've got a bunch of adapters, and I really, really enjoy using that camera.
The Nikon knows, Phil. It knows.
Yeah, it do. Nikon knows. Yeah, I really do like the X-T3. I especially enjoy doing landscape photography with it. There's just something about it that I really enjoy when I'm doing landscape photography. And that high resolution, that 26 megapixel sensor doesn't hurt. But again, you know, its video autofocus, I don't think is as good as the Nikon or the Canon. The thing about Canon is you really have to want their features because their 40 megapixels is 4,000. Yeah. Good thing I don't want 40 megapixels.
Good night, folks. I'm missing Gomer Pyle.
Good night, Woody. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. This has been a pretty fun stream. We're just supposed to be testing out the new computer. The thing's going to be worn out. You know, it is still as cool as it was when I pulled it out of the box, even though it's been live streaming for I don't know, how long have we been live streaming?
About 2.5 hours. Oh.
Well, we should probably call it a night. So we can test that thing that you found out. Or did Cuban Rum teach us?
We still might need to test that other thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. And remember, 2 weeks from tonight, we are doing a photo challenge, Winter Wonderland. And probably most people are not going to see any snow. Oh, no, even with the hat on, it's focusing on you.
It likes me. I
don't blame it. I like you too. You look way more like a person. I look like a gorilla or orangutan or something. So if you can't get a winter picture, who cares? I mean, Winter Wonderland sounds like it's snow required, but it's not. Just take a picture of what your area looks like right now. You know, take a picture of a pine cone laying in the grass, or take a picture of something. If you live in Australia, show us some summer pictures. You know, because the folks down under got better weather than us. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And thanks for hanging out with us. I wasn't sure if anybody would hang out with us while we were doing stuff without pictures. So that's really cool. And we really appreciate y'all and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Say bye, Heather.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Good night.